Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. We've reached week 9 of the EA Sports college football season. Contenders, pretenders, starting to separate. It's the Missouri Tigers and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Guys, when I walk out onto the grass here at Saban Field, this is one of the most iconic places in all of college sports. When Bryant-Denny is good, it's one of the most dynamic home field crowds. They are so excited to welcome back their Crimson Tide, and they are really loud early in this pregame. I'll keep you posted on how loud, how crazy, and how frenetic it gets here for the Crimson Tide. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Missouri about to kick off to lift the lid on this one. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Throwing Russell. They're all over it. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
And I think this offense was looking for a reason to ignite the home crowd, coming out on first down, throwing the football, but the defense was ready. Nice job getting to the quarterback, making a big sack on the first play of the game.
Sees a crease. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Crimson Tide a long, long way from the line to gain here on third down. Dropping back, it's Russell. Looking for a big play. Makes the catch on the left. What a play all the way inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 29.
Obviously, massive play by the offense, picking up a big first down on an explosive. But, David, third down defense, it's one thing to allow a first down, but you've got to make tackles. You can't give up explosive plays like that. At the end of the day, it's all going to come down to fundamentals, and you know that is driving their defensive coaching staff crazy.
It's so frustrating. You want to be great on those boxes, right? You want to check those third downs. You don't want to give up explosives. Well, you just did 2 and 1. That's not good for this defense, right? They've got to control that third down a little bit better. They got to snatch some momentum back, and you got to tackle better, man. You got some opportunities to get guys on the ground. You got to accomplish the mission.
Pulls it in. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. Alabama comes to the line with a first and goal. From the red zone, it's Hill. And he's in! Touchdown, Alabama!
Well, they wanted to turn the page after losing their last game, so how about you come out in this one? On the opening drive, you march the field 75 yards and put 6 on the board. You can't start a game better than that.
And the extra point is good. And he's going to bring this one out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They'll start this drive on the ground with Hardy. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
The give to the back. Just gets it to the 28. Pick up of 1.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
A 3rd and short coming from their own 20-yard line. Lined up in the gun, here's Simmons. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
The Alabama offense coming onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Breaks into the open. Past the 20. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the first down. Alabama just did work on the ground. Let's see if they go right back to it. Keelan Russell. Right side, it's Ford. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain. It makes life really easy on me on second down.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on third down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
Making the adjustment on the play. From the gun on third down, Keelan Russell. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
That's the danger as a defense when you blitz this guy on third down. If you don't get him to the ground right away or someone's out of a gap, his scrambling ability can hurt you, and that's exactly what happened. He saw open field, he took off, and he was able to go get the first down.
Nothing doing. He is stopped short of the goal line.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Trying to barge their way in. No running room at all, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense here, creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody's selling out to stop the run. Nice job being aggressive by this defense.
Cutting it close now with 3rd and goal upcoming. Russell rushes on. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call, and they want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
All they need is a field goal to make it a 2-score game, but they are going for the jugular and the touchdown here on 4th and goal. It's incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
That is a great job by this defense, coming up big on 4th down when it matters the most. You could tell they were dialed in. They knew they were going to throw the football. The defense was locked in on the quarterback. Great job defending the pass, forcing the incompletion on 4th down.
Here's Hardy to begin the drive. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Right back to it. Turning it on. The 50. The 40. The 20. He's at the and he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Missouri!
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
And the point after is good. That drive took no time at all. A couple of plays and finished it with the long run for the touchdowns. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. A really disappointing end to that last drive, David. Getting stopped on 4th and goal, they'll try to regroup.
Yeah, and I think I'm preaching to my squad right now. Listen, we drove the ball down the field. We didn't just punch it in. Let's put another drive together, Jesse, and this time, let's get some points.
You're right, because there were a lot of positives on that last drive. They did a lot of things really well. They just got to do a better job finishing.
After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. From the gun, it's Hill. Maybe some room here. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama builds its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality. Not one guy's going to bring them down, and you see it year after year with these guys, and there's always somebody that's going to be a physical challenge to try to get on the ground.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Out wide right, it's Rodgers. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Trying to slip through and pick it up. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
Nice job by this offense converting the third down. Listen, 3rd and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. 3rd downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front, establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Quarterback signaling to his guy. Throwing Russell. Right side, it's Hill. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes. Only a pickup of a couple.
That's a really nice job by the cornerback, playing with his eyes. He sees the running back release out of the backfield, sees him get the ball, and this guy's tough. You know, there are a lot of corners out there that would try to submarine these rig running backs, and then they get hurdled. Not this guy. Good job getting the tackle, getting him on the ground.
Ball's at the 22. 3rd and short coming. Can the defense force him to settle for a field goal? The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Third and short from the 22. Is the field goal unit getting ready, or is this already 4-down territory? Keelan Russell. Rush right in his face. He'll pull it down and run. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
Nice job by the defense getting after the QB. He's trying to scramble around. He's trying to go get that first with his legs, but he's not able to do it because of the speed on defense.
They're in field goal range here on 4th down, but they're going to keep this offense on the field. Trying to run, it's Hill. Dragged to the ground, but not before. He's converted to 4th down to keep the drive going.
I'm not a huge analytics guy, but on 4th and 1, if you're going to get pushed like that from your O-line, I say go for it every time.
The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. Quarterback changing the play. Russell. Oh, pressure's coming. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. From the gun. Fights off the defender. They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Throwing Russell. Grabs it. Goes out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll be set up and in great position here.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
On 1st and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. Trying to do it himself. Didn't even get started. He'll be dropped for a loss of 3. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Keelan Russell. Buying time to his right. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Bama!
And that touchdown run is just going to galvanize this entire football team. Really nice job being physical, and that sends a message. We're not just taking the lead. There's a lot of football left, and we are going to keep trying to run this ball down your throat.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Simmons. Unloads to the wideout. Can't hold on in the face of the contact.
None of my teams pick bets. Come on, man.
They don't need a bunch on second down. To throw, it's Simmons. Fires to the wideout.
Like, look at this. I can't do nothing. They can't catch.
That's a ball that this offense should be able to complete. They had the coverage they wanted. Receiver ran on the route. Just an inaccurate throw by the quarterback.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on third down. Now here's Simmons. Under pressure. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock.
That is what I'm talking about. So many guys lose where they're at on the field, lose the down and distance. It's third down. I can't slide. QB knows it. Nice job using his noggin and his heart, lowering the shoulder to get the first down on third down.
He's got the tight end. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
Well, Reese, the one guy's name you haven't called yet is this big fella tight end right here. He's one of the better ones that we see week in, week out. And finally in the second quarter, they get him a completion. This has to keep going now for the offense. You got to keep looking his way. He's too big of a weapon to ignore. If they're going to win this game, he needs more touches.
Had to force that one.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have a chance to be complete.
Second and long here. Again, it's Simmons. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. Timeout on the field. Missouri calls it second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move them back. This third down a little longer after that penalty. They'll try to run it in with Hardy. Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line. Now the Tigers will take their final timeout of the half. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Let's see if they've got a winner dialed up on 4th and long from the 50. They'll go with Hardy. He is way, way short of the line to gain, and they'll have to turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Russell. He rifles one deep to the left. That pass is incomplete.
I think as a quarterback, you get in your mind before the snap a lot of times where you're going with the football. And sometimes you lock on it a little bit too long. And right there, I think he did. He'd probably want that throwback.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Dropping back, it's Russell. Moving out to the right. Throwing on the run. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. Russell from the gun on third down. He's not afraid to go deep. Leaping grab for a big gain. Touchdown time! Gets it into the end zone. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the kick is good, but there is a penalty flag because he paid for making that kick. I think they're going to get him for roughing the kicker. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, week 9, kind of a week where we separate the pretenders from the contenders here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin with Oklahoma taking on the number 18 team, the Virginia Cavaliers. And it's the Sooners, not even blinking in this top 25 matchup. They took the lead on the opening drive of the game, and they've been adding to it ever since. Tough to imagine a halftime pep talk is going to change things.
So much for the idea of halftime settling down this crowd. They are ready to roll in the second half.
Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside Pac-12.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. One more time, it's Hardy. Finds some space, enough to get 5 to the 22.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
On third down, here's Hardy. Still on his feet at the 45. Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, and how about the third down run play? And this is an offense that they can do a lot of different things, so they make you guard the whole field, but you might want to start with that running back. And he makes the big play, gets the third down conversion, gets him a new set of downs.
Looking for a crease. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Looking for room to the right, it's Hardy. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. The Tigers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. On first down, it's Hardy again. Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he's stopped at the 18.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Here's Simmons to throw. Out wide right, it's Harris. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Oh, that's just really nice catch by the big tight end. Throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
Big third down in the red zone, and this crowd is getting behind this defense. Follows his blocks. It's Roberts. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
If you are a fan of old school running the rock, then you absolutely love this drive. 80-plus yards. They've done it mostly on the ground. That last run now sets them up even closer to the goal line. And you can see these defenders. They're looking over to the sideline looking for answers. They don't know what the front needs to be, if they need to substitute more big guys on the field. They can't stop the running game.
And after your defense just went out there and gave them a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. And they were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
And the D denied them on 2nd and goal. Throwing Simmons. Fires into the end zone. Makes the grab. He's down right there. Short gain on the grab.
Nice job by the defense forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
This offense desperate for a score here to try to stay in the game. It's 3rd and goal. Trying to find the end zone. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Tigers. Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. An 84-yard drive there. And they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. So after watching their defense immediately give up a touchdown drive here in the 3rd quarter, they'll try to answer here. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Throwing Russell. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And that's a great job by the defense not letting that bird out of the cage. When you can run like this guy can, you got to keep the edge. Did a great job. He went backwards, retreated, gave up some ground. They didn't give up the outside, got the sack on the play.
Fuck.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. From the gun on 3rd down, Keelan Russell. He'll take the deep shot. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Gets it out of there for the first time today and didn't see much of him in that loss a week ago. Called on just once. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
Why the Man, what the fuck happened? What the fuck? Nigga, ain't no fucking way. I did not fucking quit, nigga. There ain't no fucking way. Bullshit, y'all. All these, I'm done with this shit, man. I'm so over with this shit. I'm done. I'm so over